Never heard of a killer. I drop bombs like Hiroshima.
Somebody said, look at LeakYou video. What the fuck is LeakYou? Is it like a site? What's LeakYou? LeakYou. Is it a YouTube channel? Oh, shit. Oh, all right, bet. Here we go.
Please hit the like. Thank you.
One, two, three, four.
Hey, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you all are having a good Friday the 13th. Here we are. Yeah, I just kind of said it, right? Friday the 13th, December, Friday the 13th. And we are all still sitting here wondering what is going on, not only in New Jersey, but worldwide. But mostly New Jersey, New York. I've been getting reports in Virginia. And we've heard a lot this week, right? Everything from foreign adversaries, or these are American drones of some type, or, it's an Iran mothership sitting on the East Coast. And we've got major news outlets reporting on this story, this mystery of what in the world is happening on the eastern seaboard. Now, I've also heard reports of things in Seattle, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Colorado, Arizona, but nothing like what's happening in the New Jersey, New York area. Donald Trump made an announcement today, and he's calling for these mysterious drones to be shot down. And here we're entering a weekend and a holiday, potential week to start. Many people are going to be taking time off. And you never know, these same people may find themselves raising their drones into the air in an effort to try to get video or photos of these mysterious orbs, these very strange shaped drones. Some I've heard the size of SUVs, some I've heard the size of buses. I've been hearing some streets have been getting blocked off because drones have been shot down or have fell out of the sky. In one case, what I heard one today, authorities managed to get to where this supposedly happened, and there wasn't any material. But President-elect Donald Trump has now chimed in on these numerous drone sightings. I would have to say by the thousands that's been happening across several states, really since Thanksgiving. And he said on his True Social platform, quote, mystery drone sightings all over the country. Can this really be happening without our government's knowledge? I don't think so. Let the public know and now. Otherwise, shoot them down. And these sightings have raised more concerns, more questions than answers from government officials. Even national security and public safety concerns. And this happens in the wake, if not one, but two hearings in Congress regarding UFOs. Now, the new acronym is UAP. Okay. But there has been an uptick since Thanksgiving in these drone sightings along the East Coast. We've got Black Hawk helicopters in the air, other people flying their drones in an effort to get some photos. And the thing about these drones, me personally, I think there's a little mix of a few things going on. Definitely these very strange shaped drones flying for very long periods of time, very long distances, which, for commercial drones doesn't make a lot of sense to some of the maneuverability of some of these drones. But then we've been seeing mysterious orbs all in the skies. Fleets. Let me just say that. It's not just one. We're talking fleets of these orbs. And they don't look anything like some of the other drones we're seeing. But then I've also heard stories of these orbs turning into these different shapes. So there's some shape shifting happening. But some really incredible video and photos have been really coming out, mostly on, Twitter has just a lot of media, okay? But is it possible that we have like two different situations happening? We've got drones, mystery drones flying, which is also maybe riled up, some other form of life. That's also curious. What is, going on with these drones? And are they potentially, flying the airwaves, so to speak? I mean, it's not any secret that if you go to some social media site, you may see Project Bluebeam trending. And that essentially, we've heard a lot of talk over the years of our government creating an alien invasion scenario. Now, honestly, I really don't want to think that. But listen, I hope not. But it could be a psyop here. We could be dealing with that scenario. Maybe our government trying to prepare us, or is there potentially another form of life trying to prepare us? Have they been paying attention to, we've seen things happening again in hearings in Congress. Are they particularly paying attention and are aware in the know that our government is absolutely not going to tell us the truth? Do they want us to know that they exist? Again, if you find yourself down a Project Bluebeam thread, you will probably start seeing things about something called the Galactic Federation. The Galactic Federation is allegedly a federation of other forms of life who work together They're more so cosmic than anything. And they work together to essentially save us from ourselves. For example, they will not let a nuclear missile or a nuclear weapon actually detonate. That's just one thing you will hear alongside of Galactic Federation. Like, that's the really big thing. And we started seeing a lot of these UFO and UAP craft after we started detonating nuclear bombs. It is said that when a nuclear detonation takes place, it doesn't just affect here on Earth, it actually pushes into other dimensions. And listen, I give Linda Moulton Howe at Earth Files a lot of credit on a lot of the stuff I'm saying, because that woman has been investigating this stuff for years. And I mean, you guys, you just need to go over to her channel every Wednesday night. Okay. She just did a show talking about these drones, and it was really good. Shout out to her. Shout out to her whole team. But I've had people dropping in saying, hey, I've seen these, you know, we've got them here in Virginia. Somebody dropped in the show earlier in the chat before the show began, said, hey, we're seeing them in Virginia. Now, can a commercial drone do what is happening, what people are seeing? People, the majority of folks don't think so. One of the things is how long these drones seem to be flying without needing to essentially be charged. And in the shape of some of these, and the fact that nobody came to capture a single one. We've got many different authorities, including the FBI, state police, who've been flying some of their own drones in an effort, flying their Black Hawk helicopters, right? In an effort to get even close to some of these orbs and shapes. And it's been said that they get close, these things immediately go dark and or disappear. They just can't seem to catch them. They're faster. They maneuver better than what we've got. And in some of the video, I mean, honestly, I really wondered to myself, is some of what we're seeing organic in nature, right? If there's an ability to fly a craft that somehow gets so hot, there's plasma around it, et cetera, that technology exists, and they're using their thoughts to move these craft potentially. And it's very possible that some of the beings that operate these craft have the same DNA as the beings, and or these could be completely unmanned craft with no pilot in it. That's very, very possible. But I wanted to take a look at some of the videos that have been coming up. I think they're just absolutely fascinating. And I'll definitely try to, give a shout out to each, content or creator or whatever, as I come across, but we're just going to take a ride down Twitterland, if that's okay with you all. I thought one very interesting piece of video was out of an actual aircraft that managed to capture some of these drones and orbs. I've seen more orbs than anything. I'll be honest with you. I've seen more orbs than anything. We've even got professional photographers that have managed to get these orbs on camera, and they're round in nature, and they literally look like some sort of hot metal, even to the point of being liquefied. kind of gives me a Mercury vibe or whatever. But when I tell you every single day this week, UFOs, New Jersey UFO have been absolutely trending, folks. But look at this from an actual airplane. I mean, we've got orbs, strange clouds to the left, and then two other orbs, and it's just hovering. And then we've got one light, it's gone. That little strange cloud's gone, but that is from above versus being on the ground, seeing it. Now, a lot of people are pretty dang fearful, to be honest, of this type of thing. And the more that we see this happening, see, it just looks so different from different angles. The more that we see things like this happening, guys, the more I know, the more I absolutely know that our government has no control whatsoever. They don't have any ultimate control over UFOs because there's just no way. They don't have all the answers, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Our government does not have all the answers. Again, there's so many, I shouldn't say so many, there's not many people that really know a lot. But what in the world is that, right? And look how it's maneuvering. It was coming one way, and these things are moving in ways that are unnatural. Okay. They're everywhere. And this, for a lot of people who have been watching sci-fi their whole life, okay, scares a lot of people. It's an incredible display. Now, you gotta be careful with some of these videos because, I've been given like a fact checker type of status with Twitter or whatever, so I can go in and put like community notes on posts and stuff like that. And you do have to be careful with a lot of these videos because some of them I've noticed, like they'll pop up an old video that's something I know that I've seen before, right? But not all of them are like that. But again, we're just taking a ride down Twitter land here. And we're here, we are, we know we got a natural plane and there's so many orbs in the sky and they're moving again. It almost looks like they're splitting up, becoming two. And this is just some of them. I've seen some amazing shots from even Ring. There was one, if I can find it, I'll show you. But let's see here. Toasted bread. More drones spotted over New Jersey last night. Reports indicate large mysterious drones. Yeah, over several. Right. Look at that.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah. Now that is an incredible, scary sight. I see something like that with the crazy blue popping up there. Everybody in the city's looking at this. Shoot, we don't really know what the real shape of that object really is. It may be cloaking itself in some sort of way. And here's a great example of some of the very strange shaped objects we've been seeing as well. And look at that. So, okay, it's a crazy theory. But is it possible that we are being invaded right now? This has been noted as a drone, or not a drone, but a planned and scheduled military training at a nearby base. So some of these, I don't know if I believe that 100%, but some of these, we're going to read the community notes as we go down. This is clearly something firing. You could see it firing, it could be just tracer rounds, right? It could be just tracer rounds. This one says here, exclusive. I have made contact with a downed drone by Brad Veteran, Shadow 190 or 1991, 2003. But it looks like lights attached to the trees, though, to me. Kind of gives me vibes from this one movie. And so I don't know how real that is. But there's a little control panel there as well. Interesting, to say the least. Hold on, let me just do like latest. I want to do latest. I want to see it by the, the latest posts. That's Donald Trump's post. Mystery drone sightings all over the country. Can this really be happening? We've seen that one. We're just getting a feel of the temperature on this topic. That's definitely odd, right? Not a star. Look how it moves. It's almost like, like I was saying, plasma, almost liquefied metal. It kind of moves behind it. It's incredible to watch. Absolutely incredible. Looks like there's even been sightings in Oregon as well as New Jersey. We've got DJ Mob who says, hey, I live in Connecticut and this is currently above my house. What is this? It was moving erratically and now stationary for the past 5 minutes. It's not a star or a planet. It's just hovering, which is the behavior of a lot of these videos we've been seeing come out. Multiple New Jersey drones spotted in Ford, central New Jersey just now. This was 1 hour ago. iPhone camera quality out to get me. Will post updates. I saw more than 2, but being in a car makes videoing hard. But that almost looks like a
I
plane
think I
to
got it
me.
though. The camera's so blurry.
And that looks like it's almost like blinking like a plane, but it I don't know.
That's a drone.
I don't know. That's the fun of pilfering through these, media clips. All right. New York Post 3 hours ago. New Jersey Navy base confirms multiple drones have entered its airspace. That's the Naval Weapons Station. Naval Weapons Station Earl. So New Jersey Navy base has now confirmed as of 3 hours ago, per the New York Post, that multiple drones has entered over the airspace of one of our naval bases. Now, there was also a plane that crashed. Lots of claims of drones crashing as well. That's the claim. I don't know, but it could be that plane that crashed. There was someone that died. We don't know if it was a result because of what was happening.
The shit fucking crashed.
Yeah, it's pretty odd.
No way.
A possible drone landing in Somerset County, New Jersey. Nick Calloway has been covering this unusual uptick in drone sightings for several weeks. He joins us live at the scene in Hillsborough Township. Nick?
Well, Cindy, police are not telling us much at the moment, but emergency officials have been here on the scene all morning searching that wooded area just behind me for something. Chopper 2 was over the scene as local firefighters, hazmat crews, and police officers have been on the scene here. They were searching that wooded marsh area near the Lowe's off Route 206 here in Hillsborough. Officials also had a drone up in the air looking for something. That after there were reports of a possible drone landing late last night. Now, there has been an enormous amount of interest in all the drone activity lately here in New Jersey. So when there were reports of a possible drone down, folks who live around here came to take a look and see what they could find out. But police are being extremely tight-lipped, referring all questions to the FBI. FBI officials say they are aware of the situation, but would not comment further. A lot of the firefighters and police just left the scene within the last 20 minutes or so. I asked one firefighter right before he left if they found anything in that wooded area behind me. He politely said that he is not at liberty to say. We're live in Hillsborough Township, New Jersey. Nick Calloway, CBS News, New York.
Nick, thank you. And the drone sightings are now spreading into New York. This morning, officials from Staten Island joined the chorus of voices expressing urgent concern. But as Christina Fan reports, the White House is playing down the situation.
Well, Cindy, calls are intensifying from local lawmakers demanding the federal government do something about this mind-boggling mystery. Many of the recent sightings have been reported right here in New York City, including above us in the South Bronx. Friday morning, Staten Island officials became the latest group pressing federal agencies and the NYPD to investigate sightings over local military bases, key points of interest, and residential neighborhoods.
How can we, the United States of America, have this going on and we're told just look the other way? Ignore it. It's no big deal.
Their demands follow a joint letter Senators Kirsten Gillibrand and Chuck Schumer of New York and Cory Booker and Andy Kim of New Jersey sent to the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, and the FAA, calling the unidentified drones alarming and a potential safety risk.
We should know what's going on over our skies.
Rashawn McIntosh shared these drone videos taken just after midnight Thursday in St. Albans, Queens.
My concern is not knowing where they came from.
The White House, meanwhile, is trying to calm the public, saying many of the more than 3,000 reported sightings so far may have been planes mistaken for drones.
We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or a public safety threat, or have a foreign nexus.
The NYPD says it is investigating the drone activity along with the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force. Reporting from the South Bronx, Christina Fan, CBS News, New York.
You all. I'm sitting there watching that, and you can see, like, in a lot of the videos, it almost seems like these drones, some of them, have flashing lights, and I don't know what all the FAA requirements are, but I really wonder if there's a foreign adversary that's flying some sort of military technology over our skies to cause a panic. Could it be? Could it be? Could it be? I mean, my natural, thought is Russia or China. I think that the technology definitely exists, but it doesn't explain the orbs. It does not explain those crazy, crazy orbs that we're seeing. They just look like two different things to me, and it's so obvious that our government doesn't have a clue. And I think a lot of other people have been pretty upset walking out of meetings, and I talk about, lawmakers, that sort of a thing. Now, okay, that's definitely not a plane, right? A plane's not going to sit there and hover in the same place like that, right? But it's got a flashing light. If anybody knows out there, is that some sort of mandated requirement for drones that, like the lighting, when you see the lights on some of these, Do they seem to have all the proper mandated like lighting? It just makes me wonder because I would think those mandates have to fall under, some sort of US law or something or policy. But yeah, I mean, some of them may be might be planes that were mistaken as something else, but a plane's not going to sit there and hover. And those orbs are so mysterious. I know you guys are on edge on the East Coast, but keep.
Guys, this is right off my deck right
Hold
now.
on.
This thing is hovering.
This is Gunther Eagleman 9 hours ago.
It's been there for about 10 minutes so far. Hasn't moved. There's another one over here. The fuck is that?
Listen, I know a lot of you guys have a lot of interest for this topic, and a lot of you are maybe even out there this weekend trying to catch shots of this. Definitely, if you're in New Jersey, tag it with New Jersey UFO or drones, mainly the term drones. That seems to be the main search tag that everybody seems to be using to tag these incidents, because we're definitely watching all of your videos. Look at that. What, WTF, right? WTF. Hey, Christy, good to see you. What's up, Faith, Love, and Hope? And Bobby G says they could start taking out planes if they wanted. Yeah. That could absolutely happen in a climate like this, right? That's so freaky. Has there been, the one question I start to have too, has there been any experiences in the New Jersey or New York area? Have anyone mentioned anything about, an abduction or anything like that? I haven't heard of anything. I haven't heard of any, sightings of actual beings. So I wonder if these UFO are even manned. But you all, that's so mysterious, and that looks like an orb, but you can almost see another shape around it. But it just, up close, it looks almost like the way a star twinkles. And this has just been absolutely fascinating. So anyway, I'll be following the tags on all social media platforms, and I'll be, looking for your videos. Obviously, I can't be in New Jersey at the moment or New York, which, these sightings are also happening. But also, tag your location so that we know where you are. Of course, not your personal, down to your actual location, but just a state would be nice. A city and state. But I'm also curious of y'all's thoughts as well, what you guys think these things are, what your thoughts are on Project Bluebeam. Could this be an invasion of some type? Again, the questions in my mind: has there been any abductions reported? Any sightings of any beings reported in these areas? Any mutilation of any animals in these areas? Those are all questions that I also have that maybe will filter out and be in you all's thoughts as we continue to follow this whole situation. Listen, you all, I appreciate each and every one of you for coming through. I hope you guys have a really good rest of your night on this Friday the 13th. Before we get up out of here, allow me to pay a few bills if you don't mind.
Shout out to the Leak You community. Please join us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Amazon Music.
Please hit the like. Thank you.
And if you could hit that like button for me, and definitely when you get a chance, check out my official podcast platform. Again, as just mentioned, I just started with season 4, and I will have a few of these New Jersey drone episodes in season 4. This has been happening so much. It's a major part to me of the news year. Again, right on the heels of the hearings that we've had in Congress, the not one, but two. And for me, although this is being labeled drones, to me, there's a lot of UFO activity. So to me, this is a mass UFO sighting. This is more than just drone sightings. Yeah, we can attribute, some of them do look like drones of some type for sure. But has an adversary brought some drones in, and it riled up, some other beings that have access to technology we don't, and police the skies more effectively than our Air Force. I don't know. Again, there's so many different theories out here right about now. But good night, everyone. Much love to you. I'll see you all on the next live stream.
The judgment sentence that you are an asshole. The trial is over. Thank you, everybody.
Let's play a game. You have 10 seconds to take all your stuff and get out of my life. 10, 9, 8.
God bless you, motherfucker.
You're really smart. Like really, really, really smart like I am.